Ministries with something to think about. Let me tell you something about myself, okay? I love to be around people who are encouraging, who just make you feel great about yourself, and they lift your spirits up. Or someone who comes along, and I'm really frustrated about something because I'm just not getting it, all right? I really need help with this. And they just come along and they go, oh, here, you just do this, this, and this, and you're like, wow, you made that look so easy. Well, why is that? Let me tell you something about that, why that is. It's in 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 10, and it reads like this. Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. See, those things, when we can come along and help another person, or they come along and they help us, and it just is like, wow, that just came so easy for you. It's because it's something that God has gifted them with. Yes, God calls it a gift. It's a gift that just flows through you. I mean, it just clicks. 1, 2, 3. It just like a Rubik's Cube when you're able to put the whole thing together and you're like, wow, it's all white, it's all green, it's all blue. I mean, it just clicks. And now he's saying in this verse that when you have that gift, these gifts that he's given you, he wants you to come alongside of other people and minister to them and help them and encourage their souls. See, what might be easy for you may not be easy for somebody else. Let me give you an example in my life, okay? All right. I'm okay with electronics and with computers and things like that. But when you start getting into when there's a troubleshooting thing or something's gone wrong here, I just get so frustrated. I mean, I try to figure it out, and then it just seems I'm running into one roadblock after another, and I'm not understanding this error message or where this is supposed to be going, or my screen's all locked up, and I'm just like, what is going on? And I'm just getting frustrated. But then the Lord reminds me, I have a son who is really, really, really good with IT stuff. I mean, he is super good. So what do? Oh, Jonathan! I call my son, and he comes along, and he looks at it for just a minute, and he's like, oh, okay, here, Mom. And he'll do just a couple little things, a little clicks of the mouse or a little touching on the device, and it's all fixed. Why is that? Because God's gifted him in that way. It just all clicks for him. He just understands it. And so what is he doing? He's ministering to me or to any one of our family members when we have those problems when it comes to computers. He's able to help us. God has gifted him in that way. In the same way, there are areas in each one of our lives where God has just gifted us. I mean, he's given us the ability to be able to come along and say, oh no, here, we can do it this way, and it'll be so much easier. And see here, listen to this though too, okay guys? When God's telling us to minister to other people, we have to realize this as well. There are limitations to our gifts, all right? Sometimes we want to think we're gifted in an area, but no, we're not. And what happens? Oh my goodness, we just cause all sorts of frustrations for them and for us, okay? Well, we're trying to help out, okay? It's not our gift at all, but the Lord has gifted someone else in that area. And so you need to recognize that when your gifts stop and someone else's start. And see, now sometimes it's sheer pride in our lives where you're like, I can handle this. I can do this myself. I don't need your help. No, God has put us together. And that he tells us in the Bible, we're like a body, okay? And each part of your body has a different function. It's like your mouth isn't going to try and work like your ears, okay? Your eyes aren't going to try and work like your feet. And in the same way, Christ's body, the church, each one of us, those who are saved, we make up different parts of that body, okay? And sometimes we're trying to reach out and do someone else's function when it's their function. And we need to just allow that person to be able to use their gifts too, all right? Now remember also, guys, whenever you're helping somebody out or they need a little bit of assistance and you think, that's so small, it's not going to really make any difference. Yes, it is, okay? It may seem small to you. It may seem, just like, oh, please, it's nothing. But to somebody else, it could be huge. It could really mean a lot. Sometimes a person is really getting frustrated over something, or they're praying about something, and they just can't break through, or they just can't get it. Let me give you a small example here, okay? And this is an ongoing example sometimes. We've had old cars, okay? And sometimes we'll run into problems that where we're trying to fix the car, but my husband and myself, we're just not mechanics. I mean, we try and do the best that we can. And YouTube can only get you so far, all right? And then you start working on this thing, and we start getting more frustrated by the minute, and we're just like, ugh! But then someone comes along, and they just kind of look at it, and they're like, do you need some help? I kind of felt like the Lord wanted me to come over here, but you look like you've got it handled here. And we're like, no, don't go, please don't go, and this person's like a mechanic, right? So he comes along and he is hearing the Lord, and he doesn't realize that just because it's so simple to him, he doesn't realize that it's not simple to us, and it makes a huge difference, and we really do appreciate it. See, and that's just one small example, and that could be going on in your life as well. It's something that comes so natural and easy to you, but not to somebody else, and it could make the world of difference to them. So I want to encourage you to minister not only in the really big things, but also in the small things. And remember, the Bible says, do not despise the small beginnings. So I hope this helped you out, guys. And remember, someone might be praying for assistance from someone that's just like you. This has been Tracy from Esther 414 Ministries with Something to Think About.